welcome to Montirex live in Dublin. Thank you very much. I love that. Thank you. Whoa! Up the sheriff. We're here to mark the launch of Montirex in Ireland. We're going to have some of the brand ambassadors from Montirex here. I'm sure you'll know them all very well. We have Fabian Edwards, Brendan Loughnane, Belters Only, and Irish boxing icon Mick Conlon. So right now, Montirex.ie is live to get all this clobber. I'm not as good as a model as them. I'll admit that now. They're wearing far more figure-hugging gear that looks very good on them, and I'm sure you'll agree when they come out. And we're also here to celebrate Fabian Edwards, one of the brand ambassadors for the brand. He is fighting for a world title tomorrow night at the 3 Arena. He is fighting undefeated Johnny Eblen. Huge fight. Any of you's going? Are any of you's going? Who's got tickets? All right. Don't worry, don't worry. You have the ticket. Lovely. We have lots of spot prizes to give away today. Don't worry. Everyone hang around afterwards. We're going to have a few bits and pieces for you. So make sure you stick around. But let's get it kicking. Do we have the UFC? No? All right, I'll just chill out for a second. Don't worry about it. He's going to be ready in a second. But come here. Hands up if you have tickets for tomorrow, just out of interest. So you don't need any free tickets is what you're telling me. Everyone started. Okay, we'll try and work on that. So, how many Kieran Clark fans? Do we have any Kieran Clark fans in the house? Yes. Peter Queally, the showstopper. Who's here to see him? You. Yeah, no, it should be a fantastic night. I'm buzzing to see Fabian. Johnny Eblen, though, tough fight. Let's be honest. Very, very tough fight. Are we ready to go? We have the man. Mr. Pound for Pound, headshot, dead. It is Leon Rocky Edwards. Woo! What's happening? Saved my life there. Jeez, they left me hanging there. Now, as you know, Leon's had a big fight announced just in the last couple of days. Do you know about this? Apparently, it's a guy not a lot of people love around here, Colby Covington. He is 2-2 in his last 4 fights, and he has 2 losses to the guy that you just bet twice in a row. What do you think of fighting this guy?
I feel like this guy is, like I said, no one likes him. I don't like him. So there's extra motivation in camp.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes. They tried to spring that on you. They say because he was the backup fighter for your 3rd fight with Usman that he was guaranteed. Now, this rule has suddenly disappeared in the UFC. Backup fighters no longer get the immediate title shot.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by this? Like, I mean, it's a bit strange.
They know white privilege, right? So it is what it is. Like I said, it doesn't matter whether it's backup, whether it's next. I truly believe I'm one of the best in the world, and I'll prove it again in December.
Tell me this now. Fabian, big camp.
Yeah.
This is a huge fight, obviously, for him to become a world champion against Johnny Eblen. Johnny Eblen is a fighter that a lot of people think is the best middleweight in the world. People are having that conversation about him. How seriously are you taking this guy, and what can you expect from him?
He's a good fighter, you know. But like I said, my brother's got all the skill set, all the talent in the world to get it done. You know, it's his best ever seen him in camp. I've trained with him. Like I said, I grew up with him, obviously my brother. But I'm truly confident going into the fight Saturday night, and him winning the bout, it's gonna be history. It's never been done before. Having 2 brothers to hold the UFC strap and the Bellator strap at the same time, it's never been done before, you know. So I'm excited for his path, and tomorrow night he'll prove his case.
See, a lot of people would say that the Petesy brothers have done it right. Sergio.
At the same time?
Not at the same time. I'm just saying. I'm just
Exactly.
trying to devil's advocate, Leon. 2 seconds, mate. Right? Sergio Petesy, bantamweight champion with Bellator, and then obviously Anthony years ago was a lightweight champion.
Well,
does this trumpet? Does this make you the greatest siblings in the history of MMA?
100%. For like overall mixed martial arts, 100%. Like I said, it's never been done before to have it at the same time. You know, I feel like this is our time, our generation, and we're going to dominate for sure.
It's interesting because a lot of people think that the UFC have been very keen on Fabian for a long time, and there's all these rumors about Bellator being potentially for sale. Yeah. Can you see a future when the both of you guys are under the one banner?
100%. I feel after Saturday night, I'd love to get him in Vegas with me on December the 16th. You know, so that's my aim. I've had meetings with the UFC already, and they're very interested in him, you know. So after this fight, God's willing, we'll get it done, and we go both two brothers on the same card in December in Vegas.
Man, that would be absolutely insane. How many is have for Fabian tomorrow night? How many is up for Fabian?
The best
Who was He's getting aggressive here. He's better be. I can't contain this man by myself. But
Dead. Let's go.
Will you come here? Just one question. You're good mates with Izzy. How shocked were you?
Shocked.
Sean Strickland. That I still can't believe it. I didn't think he was gonna win a round. I've been left with egg all over my face.
Same. I woke up in the morning because it's at 5 a.m. right, so I don't watch it. But I woke up in the morning. I saw the results. I was like, what? So did I go back watch it? But yeah, like I said, I think Izzy had an off night, or is it catching up to him? You know, he had a lot of kickboxing fights. I think that's 75, 80 fights.
And so active as well in the UFC.
Yeah, exactly. So I think 9 times out of 10, Izzy should win the fight, you know, but hopefully get to run it back, and we'll see. Is
this going to cause beef now if your brother's in this division? How are you going to handle that? How are you going to be a politician in that situation if Fabian's running up the ranks?
There's no politician with my brother. You know what I mean? There's no picking sides with my brother. It's my brother all the way, you know.
Final one. I asked Fabian if he wins this fight and you're both champions.
When he wins this fight.
The only natural conclusion is then for you two to fight to see who the ultimate Edwards is. Who do you think wins that fight, Leon?
I don't know. I don't. That's not even my brain. I don't think like that with my brother. You know, like I said, he'll go in there. He will dominate Saturday night. Then it will headline. It will be on the same card with me in December.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. I can't wait to see it. I even came home from my own holiday to see this fight, would you believe?
Man.
I mean, my missus isn't talking to me. Why would she? But that's the way this is going. And now we're going to go over to some video that Montirex have of Fabian Edwards in camp as he prepares for Johnny Eblen.
Because we've been in the game a long time, and it's good to see some of the lads that we had from, you know, teenagers, adolescents now, come mature as men and become world champions. As a coach, what more would you like to see? That's going to be a great achievement.
I've always believed I'll be a world champion, and I've beat a few former world champions. I feel like this scenario is the perfect scenario for me. Like for the young kids coming up, you just kind of say it again. Like you don't need to go nowhere. You can just do it all from the origin in England. You know, I think I would have confirmed that again. So like I said, Leon's already done that. To have 2 world champions, you really don't need to go nowhere. Just believe in your team.
Throwing the double boards at the Olympic Council in the Olympics all those years ago. He has a fine boxing career now. He is launching Le Gras Lager. It is Northern Irish boxing icon, Mick Conlon. You up, Mick? How's it going, lad? What's the story? Well, how are you, sir? I'm not able. Doing good. And you're just back from Miami?
Just back from Miami. I was over having a little scouting mission for a few new coaches, and I think I found the one, so yep, all good.
Come here, is the weather as good in Miami as it is here? I've heard mixed reviews.
Nah, Dublin's a little bit better.
Do you think so?
On the space day, like, but no, not today.
Come here, tell me about this beer. We've all been sampling the beer.
Nice.
It is fantastic. How did this come together? Tell me.
It's been in the making for the last 3 years, you know what I mean? We think there was a gap in the market for a lager here in Ireland. You know, someone's got the whiskey and someone's got the stout, so we thought we'd jump in the lager, and that's what we've done. Le Gras means with love in Irish, and so we're on Le Gras from Ireland with love, and you know, I hope it does well, so yeah, it's good.
It looks fantastic. You mentioned there is a man who has a whiskey and a stout, and he actually walked you out in your debut, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I mean, surely this is a bit contentious now. I mean, he can't be happy about this. You now becoming his rival in the alcohol business.
No, I'm not coming rivals with him. He's the man, isn't he? He's the man doing it, and you know, that's why I went in the lager game. He's got the 2 other avenues. I says there's a little gap for me just to slide in between. So yeah, that's what I've done.
Come here, am I right in thinking is your dad from Dublin?
He is, yeah.
What part of Dublin is he from? No way.
Trimna.
And whoop, do we have a yup? Dreaming no.
the only fucking dream the guy here.
I come here, and you obviously grew up in Belfast. Does he come up and down a lot? Like, I mean, have you grown up around Dublin? You have a family here?
I was here a lot when I was younger until my grandmother passed, and I haven't been down too much since. I lived in Dublin for a long time, actually. I actually lived in the Louis Fitzgerald Hotel when we were on the national team. So we were there Tuesday to Friday every week.
Well,
for about 5-6 years.
That's amazing. And come here, do you obviously saw the Katie Taylor event there in 3 Arena.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying this could be a rebirth for Irish boxing.
Yeah.
I feel like there is that kind of that taste in the air now for boxing again.
Yeah.
Would you like to compete there?
100%. It's always been a dream of mine to fight here in Dublin. And, you know, obviously my dad's from Dublin. My family are here in Dublin. It's the capital. You know, no matter what, north and south, it's one country. It's Ireland. So this is the capital, and I want to come back here definitely. Yeah,
I think you're one of those guys. Even if you went to Miami, I think the Irish would be staying up during the night to see, you know what I mean, all that stuff. They're wildly supportive of it.
Yeah, it's a good thing about being Irish, isn't it? They follow you no matter where you are in the world. Like, I fought in Australia as a professional. I sold like 5,000 tickets there. You know, fight in New York, my debut sold out. You know, the theatre. I've fought in New York in the Garden so many times, and the Irish just come out in the droves. And you know, I'm always proud to be Irish. I openly say that a lot. A lot of people don't like it.
A bit too much, Mick, sometimes.
Yeah, so far, you know what I mean? I am. And, like, you know, even when I fight in New York, you have people, expats coming from all over America, you know, come from Boston, come from Chicago, getting bus trips up, and you just have to give them the time at the after parties and get the pictures, and, you know, that's a part of it.
What do you think of these MMA lads? Pretend he's not here, right? I'm not going to let him do anything. I'll pin him if he tries anything.
I'm close to his knee, and I don't like being close to this man's knee. I'm in awe of him, and of all of them, him and Brent. You know, they're special athletes. They go and do what they've done, win world titles in their promotions, and you know, his story when you see his coach who's here giving him the rant in the corner, and then him going out and doing what he done. Like, your hair stand up in your neck, and I'm a boxing man, but when I'm watching that, I'm going, wow, it's fucking unbelievable. It is a Rocky type story, and you know, he's a special athlete, so is Brent. You know, when him going and doing what he done is unbelievable.
What do you think of this whole crossover stuff? I'm going to ask you as well, Leon. This Tyson Fury v Francis Ngannou. Do you give him any hope at all?
Nah, I don't. I'm sorry.
I don't even. It's okay.
If I'm to go into the cage, he kills me.
Yeah.
And like, I'm stone dead. But if it goes in the boxing ring against the boxer, you're going to lose. They're different sports, and although they're fighting and stuff, they're completely different sports. A boxer against an MMA guy in a boxing ring, boxer wins every time. MMA guy against a boxer in the cage, it's over, and it's worse damage than what the boxer will do to the MMA guy in the boxing ring. If he's in the cage, he's fucked. So that's the thing. It's two different sports completely.
What do you reckon, Leon?
I think it sums it up quite well. I think some MMA fighters is decent boxers, you know, but like I said, it's two different sports, like football and rugby, you know, like still the ball, but just two different skill set and range and everything.
We'll say Gaelic and football. I mean, two.
I was class of both, just for the record.
But yeah, I think for Francis, obviously I'm happy for him getting the payday with Tyson, but for like a pure boxing match, you have to go Tyson. You know?
Isn't that the sad state of affairs with MMA though? Like, it's kind of like we're celebrating the fact that he's getting this fight because he's getting paid, right? Like, we're all like, oh, thank God he's getting paid. Whereas, you know, in boxing, this is a regular thing, right?
Yeah, more regular in the UFC, so, but I don't think it's everyone in boxing getting paid like millions, you know. So
nah, it's not. The guys at the top end are getting paid really well, and the guys in the middle in boxing are getting paid really well. But only the guys at the top end in MMA are probably getting paid really well. You know what I mean? It's unfair. I think the pay, how it's disparaged along MMA is crazy, and Dana White is probably a big problem with it, and how he talks about it. They're getting paid too much and stuff. That's fucking crazy. Like, my last fight, I was paying more than Francis Ngannou's last fight in MMA. You know what I mean? Come on.
That's
He's
crazy.
the heavyweight champion of MMA. I'm not even a world champion yet. You know what I mean? So it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
These guys deserve way more than what they're getting. They're making the company way more than what, not even fucking 10% of what's paying back out. It's stupid.
Yeah, I think that deserves a round of applause.
Yeah,
doesn't
facts.
It? Good man, Mick. You should get him as a manager. I'm only messing Tim. Jokes.
20%.
Do you ever want to do it though? Do you ever think about it?
Boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Leon will do all right.
Yeah,
He'll do all right.
for sure. I
You have to
enjoy-
say that. He's sitting there. He was
I-
talking
I
mad
enjoy
shit
it.
about you.
I seen him at the punch machine. I was like, oh, fuck's sake.
Nah, I
I'm gonna-
enjoy the boxing. Like even with spar boxing, like boxers, I enjoy the technique of it. You know, so hopefully one day after I retire, I'll look to go try boxing out. You know.
I consider both of you guys purists. Like, you know, you guys have been in your game for a very long time. You just came up the right way in your sports as well, the hard road. Tell me what you think about this Jake Paul lad.
I don't.
I didn't ask you, mate. Jeez.
I don't begrudge anybody making money.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge anybody making money. I don't like what he does, and I don't like how he comes across. But fair play to him. He's out there making fucking money and doing it how he should do it. He's selling it. Does it do good for boxing? No. Does it do good for MMA? No. You got guys like Tyrone Woodley, who's a legend in the sport, going across the boxing, getting knocked out by a YouTuber, a Disney kid. It's annoying. You don't like to see it, but it's the difference between boxing and MMA, isn't it? Like, this guy doesn't know boxing. If he was to take him in the cage, he's dead. So yeah, it's annoying, but I can't begrudge anybody making money in combat sports because your life's on the line, no matter who you are, sparring or not.
What about you, Leon?
I think what he just said, you know, I think it definitely helped probably a little bit, like bring more casuals to boxing. So fair play to him. Like I said, he's one of us to go in there and got to take punches and receive punches and give it back, you know. So is what it is. Fair play to him.
All right, we're gonna take some questions from the audience now, I believe. How are we gonna organize this? Do I come out with the microphone? Yeah? Oh wait, go ahead. Ask. I'm gonna read out the question.
I spoke to Mick earlier on when he walked in on. A family friend of mine and a very good friend of mine was Sheriff Street, Pierce O'Leary. What does he think of Pierce O'Leary's up-and-coming boxing matches, and what do you think Pierce can achieve with his boxing career?
So Pierce O'Leary, what do you think
I
of?
think he's a great kid. He's a kid who I wanted to sign for our own promotion, our own management team. I think he's fantastic. He's a dangerous operator. He's like Clark Kent. You know, he has the glasses. He's soft-spoken, but when he gets into the ring, he's an animal, and he can go really, really far. In my opinion, he can go all the way, but he just needs to make sure he ticks all the boxes, keeps the head down, stays focused, and he'll get there.
Nice. What about this lad here? Go stand up.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you gonna batter Colby Covington? Is the question.
100%. He's getting knocked the fuck out. Like he's one of these guys that you get up earlier to run, and I'm taking him out for sure.
His eyes lit up when you said that. Do you know that?
Yeah.
He's got a burning desire in him. Does it make it easier when you don't like the guy?
It put training, yeah. It makes training easier. You got to get up at 6 a.m. to run, and you think, oh, I can't lose to him, you know. So you get up and run. So 100%.
Anyone else? We have one more question. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Leon, if you ever move up in weight, bar the champion, who would you like to fight in middleweight? If you choose anyone on board.
I think Strickland now, you know. I always think about moving up in weight, but also me, Izzy's friend. So now that Strickland did what he did, I think after this fight with Kobe, I'll look to call out Strickland.
So what? Like, are you thinking about that kind of stuff already? Like double champ, as he just asked, like Sean Strickland.
Why not? You know, like there's no reason why you can't be great, right? So I'm going to take the chance to be great, and I feel this is a perfect fight and opportunity. So after Kobe, I'll look to take on Strickland.
That's an exclusive, guys. Okay, we have another guest now. Are you ready for the $1 Million Man, the former PFL featherweight champion, a legend of UK MMA, a living legend, Brendan Loughnane? Let's go, Brendan. Good man. Good to see you.
I'll take that.
Now, in case you don't know, Brendan has a lot of Irish family, and he has been repping both England and and Ireland for a very long time. Tell us about your Irish roots.
Well, you actually told me how to say my second name after 10 years. Remember that one?
Yeah, I had to keep on ringing different people. There's several different pronunciations of your name in Ireland. Me and Amy were just speaking about it beforehand. There's Loughnane and Loughnane. But if you have the E at the end, apparently it's Loughnane. That's what I've been told.
Well, you did put me right, so whatever you said goes, because you're real
He's
Irish.
blaming me on this.
I'm like half an Irish, you know what I mean?
He's wearing
But yeah, anyway, I went with Joe. I went with Joe's because everyone was like, "Mate, you're saying your name wrong." And I was like, "Wow!" After all them years, really. Petesy was on my ass, so yeah, we got it right. We got there in the end.
Am I right, Mick? Is it Loughnane or Loughnane? What would you say? Loughnane. Because the E. If it was without the E, it's
It's all
Loughnane.
mix and pizza.
Tell you, it's tough.
Open to discussion.
It's tough. Come here now. I've got a question, right, about this. Because the PFL are coming here in December. And I was speaking to Dan Hardy last week, and he said the card isn't full. And if there's one lad who can put plenty of arses and seats in the 3 Arena, I think it's Brendan Loughnane. Are you interested in that fight? Would you do it if the PFL wanted to do it?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, I've been going over to the States now. My last 11 fights have been in the States, so I would absolutely love to fight the 3 Arena again. And we all know what happened last time in the 3 Arena, don't we, Pizza?
If none of you don't know, one of the most controversial main events of all time happened in 2015 when Brendan fought Tom Duquesnoy, who was the poster boy of Bama at the time. A lot of people thought you had won the fight 29-28 quite clearly, and then they announced that Duquesnoy was the winner. And then you had all these Irish people start launching plastic bottles into the octagon, and it was crazy, right? This is the thing that you're asked about to this day when you do interviews with Irish people. Are you sure you're not going to get PTSD now if you walk out there? I don't want any... I'm not taking the blame for asking you this question.
I want to get back in that arena and make it right. I want to make it right. You know what I mean? I want a good memory now, not a bad one now. It was a good fight. I believe I won. We all believe I won. But anyway, we move on. We've got a world title now, so who cares? And it's go back to the 3 Arena and make it happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. How excited about this PFL situation? Like, there's rumours, unconfirmed rumours, that they are buying Bellator, and there's obviously the 100 million investment coming from Saudi now as well. Like, is this an exciting time to be a PFL fighter?
Yeah, I mean, I joined when they just first started, really, and we kind of took a risk with each other. They were like, "Oh, we're going to do this $1 million tournament," and you kind of believe half of what you see and none of what you hear in MMA. That's my old saying, like, "Yeah, really? You're going to do $1 million tournament, and you're actually going to get paid at the end of it?" And they did. They started paying everyone, and I was like, "Okay." Then they made me an offer, and I thought, that looks good. And then they said, I think it was like August, and they went, "We'll give you 2 fights for the end of the year." I thought, it's fucking August, how? You know what I mean? And they did it, they stuck to the word. And I've had 12 fights from now. I love fighting for PFL, great people. Won the tournament last year, didn't go my way this year, but we roll the dice again next year, and I love fighting for them.
But you're one of the faces of the brand. Like, when they're talking about these pay-per-views, surely you're a guy that's going to be on them cards. Like, I was even speaking to Ariel Owani about it, and we're like, you know, who are the guys you would put on a pay-per-view right now? Who are the guys you'd pay to see? And you're certainly one of them. Like, do you expect to be involved in this pay-per-view section that they're going to roll out next year, we think?
Well, I just believe that the initial model is hard to sustain because you can't have champions fighting 3 times every 6 months every year. You can't, 4 times, sorry. It's just unsustainable. So, like, this new pay-per-view thing makes a lot more sense, I think. And, like, especially if they're going to buy Bellator and then you do, like, the champion versus champion and you, like, merge it slowly. That's what I would do anyway, but I don't know what their plan is. But I think it's a good move. I could see them 2 merging together really nice, and you'd have, like, Pitbull versus the featherweight champ there and all the lightweight champion versus the others. And we was even talking about maybe a 32-man tournament.
Yes.
You get all the best from both.
Yes.
There's loads of ways they could go with it, but I think it's a great buy, and I think it's good for the sport.
Yeah, it's huge, man. And I can't wait to see how it plays out next year. But do you think this is where you finish? Like, will this be the last promotion you work for? Obviously, we've talked about all the things that are happening here, but there's still so many people who always say, and I'm sorry I'm going to say it again, we'd love to see you in the UFC, Brendan. Are we ever going to see you in the UFC?
I mean, who knows? You never say never to anything, do you? But I am happy where I am. I am happy. I mean, things are great over there. And they believed in me. They took me on when not a lot was going on. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of a loyal guy, and they took a risk with me. I took a risk with them.
Paid him off.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Andy fucking
He's
pay
got
me.
enough money.
Let's
He's a
have it
$1 million
right.
man. Are you joking me?
Let's have it right. Andy pay me. Let's get a cat out of the bank. So, yeah, no, I'm happy.
And
Who knows, PC? We'll see.
Are you still, like, I know you're a jet setter now, you know, you flew in here from Dubai. Are you still watching Manchester United, or do you think that would depress you too much at the moment?
Bad subjects at the minute, innit? We'll leave that one. We'll leave that one exactly where it is.
You're a Villa fan, is that right?
No.
Yeah, is it not? I heard Fabian do an interview with Chris Sutton, the former Celtic striker, the other day, and he's there talking about football. I was like, this is mental.
Yeah,
I've talked to Fabian
I don't
years.
watch
I did
football.
not know that. No?
Nah, I don't watch football.
Mick?
Man City.
Man City. He's all right there. Can we have security between these two?
I've been Man City since I was a kid, and the reason I support Man City was because every team that won the league, I was supporting them and supporting them. And my mate goes, "You're a glory hunter." I was like, what the fuck you on? We support Man City first division. Sean Gooder and all them boys. It was like I support them, man. And then now I get called the Green Hunter because people are going to really support them because they're champions. I'm like, no, I support them when they were in first division.
Fair play. I want the lotto numbers off you, man. That was a Jesus Christ. But do you know he grew up with like Rashford and Lingard, all those boys. You used to knock around with them, didn't you?
Yeah, listen, well, Lingard lived a couple of doors from me. I was very close with Marcus and all his brothers, more his brothers than Marcus, growing up. And then it was all playing together and that, and then they were just better than me. And I was like playing footy at a half decent level. And I thought, nah, it's too competitive in the UK football. Like, you have to be not good. You have to be absolutely insane to get anywhere, even to semi-pro. You know what I mean? So, just enjoy getting punched in the head more, I reckon. That's why we're here.
So did you just like learn how to fight so you could beat the shit out of them? They bet you at football. Is that what you're telling
I
me?
just got there and thought, right, I'm going to have to find something else. What else is knocking about MMA? That looks new and exciting. Let's give that a go.
Is it true that you were with Montirex longer than any of these lads? These are blow-ins compared to you. Is that correct? That's what he's saying outside. He's like, these lads, where do you even hear?
Where's Danny? Am I the first?
Montirex.
I think I was there when it was in Danny's bedroom. Where is it? Danny started it in his bedroom, mate. I turned up to his bedroom there enough. Remember that little thing that you had in the back of me? But look how far they've come now to get all the way here. Go on, the boys. I love it.
It's unbelievable, man, and it's a huge launch, of course. Danny, can you vouch that Brendan is, in fact, the longest-serving Montirex brand?
Am I actually?
Is it?
Hey.
I thought it was me. No.
We'll take that.
Right, we're going over to a clip from my interview with Fabian Edwards. As I said, he is fighting for the middleweight title of the world against undefeated Johnny Eblen tomorrow. So check this out, and we'll be back very shortly. He is on the verge of completing a dream he set out on many, many years ago. He is one of the best fighters in the UK, definitely part of this UK golden age that we are in right now. He takes on Johnny Eblen, a man who many consider to be the best middleweight in the world, on September 23rd at the 3 Arena. Could it be Bellator's last event in Dublin? I don't know, but I'm certainly going to ask this man. It is none other than Fabian Edwards. Fabian, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. It's always good to chat to you. So.
Yes, and come here, talking about this title fight, you are looking very sharp, dude. Is this a new level you hit when you have a championship on the line? I know your brother said after he won the title, he said, you know, it makes you so much better once you get there. But you're surrounded by this now. The Edwards brothers have hit a new stratosphere. Do you feel that's rubbing off on you as well?
Yeah, nah, for definite. You know, I feel like it's rubbed off on me and everyone in the gym. You know, it's a world title, so you have to prepare like you're fighting for a world title. And I feel like that's where I'm at. I just feel like the level that I'm at now is just, I'm just beaming with confidence.
And I mean, you must take so much from the Mousasi win, because a lot of people in America were like, oh, you know, even though Mousasi's getting on and he'd lost to Eblen, they're like, oh, this is a bridge too far for Fabian. And you didn't look in trouble for a second of that fight. Like, how was the confidence after that? A legend of the game.
Yeah, the confidence through the roof. You know what I mean? I feel like people trying to say, it's not the same as Mousasi, but before he lost his title, everyone was saying he was the best middleweight. Now he lost his title on one fight. I fight him. It's like, now he's shit. You know what I mean? But that's fight sport for you, innit? So for me to go in there and do what I done, I was happy with that performance.
You guys have taken on a deeper meaning to the people of Birmingham. I don't know if you know this, but that video clip that your brother shares of the people speaking afterwards, that was... Right, lads, our final guests of the day are taking the world by storm. They are superstar DJs from Coolock. They are the musical pride of Dublin. It is belters only. Woo! Where are you going to sit? Is there enough space for you? Do we have enough mics? Do we need to pass mics? You take some mics there. You just have to put them right up to your face, boys, alright? How's tricks, boys? Thanks for joining us all around the world.
Thanks for having us.
I mean, I think you are repping the Montirex more than any of these lads. Every time I see you at the festivals, it's full. You have the shorts on, everything. I mean, is it fair to say that you are repping this Montirex harder than any of these boys?
Yeah, well, we must be, are we? We're here now, aren't we?
Paid for it.
Nah, listen, we love the brand, you know what I mean? We're not ones to, clearly you could say we're not ones to be wearing jeans and tops and all that, so We're wearing tracksuits, aren't we?
These look fantastic, boys. The tracksuits, fantastic. But come here, what's it like from being residents in the Grand Social, I believe it was, to now being all over the world, playing in front of hundreds of thousands of people? It must be a crazy thing to happen to you so fast. What's it been like?
Just a dream. Just a dream. Simple, one word, dream. You know what I mean? We had that since we first started, and now it's just all happening for us, so it's a dream.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we're just normal fellas from the area, you know what I mean? So, to just be normal DJs in the city, you know, making music, enjoying ourselves, and for it to get to this now, it's just a pleasure, you know.
And is it hard to keep track of that? Because every time I see you as an IG, is there a different place every day?
Listen, we try not to think about it, because I think if we do, we'd start spontaneously combusting all over the place, would we? So we just need to keep going, don't you, right the way.
So how long are you home for now? Like, when are you going to head off again, or what's the schedule like?
In the morning, we're going to Middlesbrough.
Are we?
Middlesbrough tomorrow,
I thought we were going to Scotland. This is why he's the smart head. I just turn up, you know what I mean?
Man, it's absolutely insane. And how quick did this 3 Arena gig sell out? I saw people on Twitter losing their minds, and I felt like they were only released that morning, and like 15 minutes later, people were like, oh, you can't get tickets. How quickly were they sold out?
I think it was what was it, half an hour, wasn't it? Half an hour, yeah. I was away on holidays with my girlfriend, and I woke up to a message saying, right, I think it was the main standing was like 8,000 tickets, and saying, right, 8,000 tickets sold out, and then scratch that, 12,000 tickets. I think that was at 9:38. Tickets went on sale at 9, and yeah, it was. I still don't think it's hit me, and to be honest with you, I think until we get to that stage, it's not going to hit me. You know what I mean? So, still mad.
Did you expect it? Like, I mean, you are very popular, let's be honest, but did you... I'm sure you expected a sellout, but not that quickly.
Not that quickly.
See, like, if for dance acts, even to sell out any arena in Ireland for a dance act is hard, you know what I mean? So... To what?
That's
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he waited till this moment with his bridge to throw us under the bus, you would. Nah, shout out to Mick for doing that as well, but it wasn't you, yeah, it was us.
I want to ask, if yous were fighters, what would yous walk out to? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question, actually.
Probably one of our own tunes as well.
You can't pick your own songs. Come on,
listen, we're businessmen, you know what I mean? Product placement and all that, you get me?
Do you want to rate Leon? What's your walkout song?
It's a Jamaican song called Shabba Motherpot by.
What do you think of that one, lads?
Send it over. Send it over. I'll do a remix. We'll be back in an hour. And you walk out tomorrow. You know what I mean?
They're gonna make a remix for you. Come on, man. Brendan, what's your tune? Chasing Status. How do we rate them?
It's not bad. They're good. Yeah.
That is a tune in fairness to you. Yeah. I have to say though. Yeah, Mick's walkouts are the best.
Mix. Yeah, he's got the best tunes, doesn't he, lads?
Yeah, best tunes. Some taste.
Best rig out as well.
I use Grace first, so it's an Irish song about 1916.
And then we're just the Egypts, so the Irish song first, and then
come in after. Like mine is like slow love song at the start, isn't it? Republican love song, and then it kicks in the use my next go mental for the crowd. You know what I mean? You all go crazy.
Yeah, listen, you're welcome. Yeah.
Make me feel.
Come here, are you MMA fans? You like fights? You watch boxing, anything like that? Apart from when he's walking out your music, of course. I'm just talking at a regular weekend.
Yeah. Big fan of boxing and MMA. Yeah, both. Yeah.
No way, that's great.
I grew up with Ian Gary.
Ian Machado Gary.
Yeah, grew up with Ian.
He has a new name.
Yeah, Machado now. Yeah, he's Brazilian as well. Now was he? So, yeah. He's originally from Port Marnock, so it's a bit mad to hear him, you know, over Brazil acting Brazilian.
Yeah, he's some fire though, isn't he? I know he rubs up some people the wrong way, but the boy is unbelievable.
Nah, listen, one thing I know about Ian, all his life he's been like that. Like that's not a front. I know a lot of people say that, but Ian has always been somebody who's just like he's just extreme at absolutely everything that he does. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
You kicked him there, didn't you? He was overtraining your gaff and you kicked him in the head. He was telling everyone. Tell us about that.
Headshot. Nah, joking. Nah. No, just sparring. I think he tried to land a head kick first with me. I thought, okay. I was gave it. I thought, okay, I gave you one back. You can't come to my gym and then like head kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds like him already.
We're in hard sparring.
He actually he posted it and all, didn't he? He posted he had like a cut in his eye and everything.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good.
What if he like? Is it gonna be weird if he tries to fight you in a few fights time? I mean, he's on the ascent. He looks very good at the moment. He's training with you. How do you react to that? A lad who was training with you now becoming one of your contenders.
Like for me, like I said, I don't give a fuck who it is. It could be my cousin. Like, I feel like I'm number one in the world, and it doesn't matter. Like Jim and Octagon is two different people, you know. So, like fair play to him. I wish him all the success, but when come against me, it's two different stories, you know.
Absolutely. Right, before we go, and everyone stick around because we have some gear to give out to you afterwards. But I want some predictions for the main event tomorrow. So you pass that mic up to Brendan. I'll start there. I wonder who you're going to pick. I wonder who this guy's going to pick. But tell me, Brendan, Eblin v. Edwards, who you got?
I think it is. I think the wrestlers' days are done now. They're too predictable. Same thing's going to happen over here. I'm not just saying it because I know him and he's my mate. He's going to wipe the floor with Colby. And Fabian's going to wipe the floor tomorrow night. They're getting too desperate and too predictable. I see like a third, maybe fourth round stoppage. Little teep to the gut, bang in the face. Yeah, write this down, everyone, yeah?
History made. Mick, who you got?
I'm following Brendan. I'm following Brendan. I don't like Colby anyway, but he'll do Colby. But like from Fabian, yeah. Listen to him. He's told me he's really up for it, really ready. So, you know, I believe this man, and I believe he's going to go and do it.
We'll save the chant to last, lads. Who do you have, Fabian or Eblin tomorrow?
Well, listen, obviously the experts have spoken, haven't they? So
don't mind them.
I
want to hear what you have to say.
Well, I'll go with Edwards, I mean.
What are you saying?
Oh, he's going with Eblin. Did you hear that?
What are you saying? You're
Edwards, no, Edwards.
Oh, sorry. He said
yeah.
He said
Eblin.
Eblin.
He me under the bus beside the world champion, man.
Kick him!
Jesus Christ, man.
Who you picking, mate?
What I said, he said.
So now you've obviously been in the camp.
Petesy, what are you saying?
I think Edwards going to do it as well.
Good.
And I don't.
Good.
I think he's going to knock him out. Well, this is the thing, right? I think Eblin's class. I do. No bullshit. I think he's unbelievable. But I think Fabian's wrestling defense is underrated. So I think first 2 rounds he's going to, if he can stuff his takedowns, then he's going to be in a boxing match with Fabian Edwards, and that's a disaster. So that's the way I think it's going to go. So 3rd or 4th round. I don't know what you're saying, but you've obviously been in the camp. What do you plan? Like, if everything goes according to plan, what do you expect?
I think it's stoppage, like it says. I think round 3, round 4. I think wrestling is very, if you understand it, it's very simple to break it down and to defend it and to do what you need to do, you know. And like I said, it's best to ever see my brother look. You know, he knows that what's ahead is history, and he's worked like he's going to make history, you know. So I was constantly his style, the way he fights, is just like he works off just being strong and trying to like push through techniques. It's not really clean technique. It's more just like using strength, you know. So I truly believe my brother stops him, and he'll fight with me in December. And on my card in December, and that's the plan. That's what's in the universe, and that's what's gonna happen, you know.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing? All right, that's all from us. Remember to log on to Montirex.ie to get beautiful clothes like these boys are wearing. Thank you so much, and make sure you hang around because we have some things to give out to you. Thank you all. From Brendan Loughnane, Mick Conlon, Leon Edwards, and Belters Only, I've been Petesy Carroll. Thank you so much.